So what we're going to be doing in this video is we're going to continue making linear equations in slope-intercept form. But what's going to be different about these problems are we're not going to be given what the y-intercept was. So in the past problems we had points with like 0, 3 that it wanted to go through. And so if the x was 0, we knew our y-intercept was 3. But we're not going to be given problems like that in these. We're just going to be given different points. And what we're going to need to do is we're going to still need to be able to make the equation for a line that goes through those points. So to do that, we have a three-step system. Our three-step system is to first find the slope. The first thing that we want to do is we want to find out what the slope is. The second step that we're going to be using is that we need to find the y-intercept. And this is going to be the step that we're going to be focusing on this video. Finding the y-intercept without it being given to us. And once we figure out both of these steps, we then can go on to writing the equation. And we're going to be using this three-step system the entire time. So this would be something that you'd want to write down. Make sure you remember. We always need to find the slope, then find the y-intercept, and lastly, usually what the question is asking for, write the equation. And we're going to be writing our equations in slope-intercept form. So, what is the y-intercept of a line that goes through the point 3, 4 and has a slope of 3? So, what we're trying to do is we're trying to find the y-intercept. That's what this question is asking for. It's not asking us to write an equation or anything. What we need to do is we need to find the y-intercept. So to do that, like I said at the beginning of the video, the point they gave us isn't the y-intercept. So that's going to be a problem. And then we know what the slope is. That's what we're going to be given. Neither of these two things give us what the y-intercept is. So what we need to do is we need to find a method to find what the y-intercept is. So what we're going to do is we're just going to use our slope-intercept form. We're going to always use this equation y equals mx plus b to find our y-intercept. Looking at this, we know this is the y-coordinate of a point. This is the x-coordinate of a point. This is the slope, and this is the y-intercept. So we can use this equation to then find what the y-intercept is. We are given a point, and we are given what the slope is. So we just need to plug all this information into this equation, and it will give us what our slope is. Not what our slope is, what our y-intercept is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my ordered pair. My ordered pair, I know the first number is always our x, and the second number is always our y. So we have an x, we have a y, and we have a slope. So I'm going to plug all that information in. My y is the second number, so it's a 4. I know my y is going to be 4. My m is my slope. I'm told that I have a slope of 3. Then I need to plug in what x is. We can look at our ordered pair. We have 3, 4. The first number was 3, that's our x. So we can plug in 3 for x. And what we're looking for is our y-intercept. We don't know what that is. So we need to solve for b. So now we just follow our normal steps in solving equations. We're going to multiply these two numbers. So we get 4 equals 3 times 3 is 9 plus b. We want to get this b by itself. So I'm going to subtract 9 from both sides. 4 minus 9 is negative 5. Those cancel out. We're left with b. So b equals -5. And in our equation, b is our y-intercept. So my y-intercept for this problem is -5. We take the general equation, y equals mx plus b, plug in the information from our points, plug in our slope information, and then we're able to figure out what the y-intercept is. So that's how we find the y-intercept. Another problem that can come up is now they're going to want us to write an equation of a line that passes through the point 6, 3 and has a slope of -2. So when we're writing the equation, we want to follow this 3-step system. And our first step in this is to find the slope. And lucky for us, this equation tells us that we have a slope of -2. So that first step is pretty easy. Find the slope. It tells us right here, slope of -2. So my slope is -2. My first step, find the slope. It's -2. Second step, again, this is the one that we're focusing on, is we need to find what the y-intercept is. And lucky for us, we're given a point, not on the y-intercept, but we are given a point and we know the slope. So like the last problem, we need to solve for the y-intercept. And to do that, we're going to use our general equation, our y equals mx plus b. And we're going to plug in all the information we know. My first number is my x in my ordered pair. My second number is my y. My slope is the m. So I just need to plug all that information into this equation and see what I can get for b. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to plug in my y, which is 3. My m is my slope, which is -2. I need to multiply that by the x, which is 6. And we still don't know what b is. That's what we're looking for, our y-intercept. So I'm going to do plus b. Now, I need to solve for the b. And I follow my normal 2-step equation solving. 3 equals -2 times 6 is -12 plus b. Add 12 to both sides to get rid of that -12. Those cancel out. We're left with 15 equals b. And b is our y-intercept. So find the y-intercept. My y-intercept is right here. Plugged it into the equation. We used our point, we used our slope, and we found out that our y-intercept was 15. Same steps like the last problem, but this isn't asking for what the y-intercept is. It's asking us to write an equation. So we're going to move on to step 3. Write the equation. I'm using my y equals mx plus b form. I now know what the slope is. I now know what the y-intercept is. So I can just plug in that information, and that will be an equation of the line that passes through the point 6, 3 and has a slope of -2. So I can do y equals, m is our slope. We have a slope of -2, x plus our y-intercept, which is 15, so plus 15. And this is what the problem is looking for. It's looking for that equation, that y equals -2x plus 15. This now is an equation that goes through the point 6, 3 and has a slope of -2. We can see that the slope is -2 right here. We plugged it right into the equation, and we found the y-intercept by plugging in this point. And we found out that the y-intercept would be 15. So this is, again, the answer we're looking for. It's an equation of the line that passes through the point 6, 3 and also has a slope of -2.